One of the jobs that no RV owner looks forward to is, well, basically any job that has to do with the black tank. And yet here I am. The handle on our black tank valve broke off. It's plastic and I guess age caught up to it. And the valve's a little bit stiff. So I decided that what we really need to do is replace the entire valve. Not looking forward to it, but I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. I'm Jeff, and this is Miles and Smiles. Although the original valve is a Valterra brand valve, I was not able to get one of those. With COVID-19, RV replacement parts are in real short supply, and so I purchased this Camco RV waste valve, 3-inch, which is the size you need for the black tank, and I am very much hoping that this will be a good replacement. It said it was on the website, but it is a little bit different looking. So if it works, this is going to be a great video. We're just going to go through the installation process. If this doesn't fit once I get the old valve out, what I'm going to have to do is put the old valve back in. Hopefully lubricate it a little bit so that it will hold up better between now and whenever I can get the correct replacement. As to my tools, I have a 7/16 crescent wrench and a 7/16 socket wrench. Those are the right size to fit the nuts and bolts that are on the existing valve. Because it looks like it's going to be kind of hard to get in there, I've also got a flexible crescent wrench extender. I just bought this, so I kind of sort of hope I get to use it, but on the other hand, I kind of hope I don't need to. So let's get started. The first step is going to be to loosen up and try to remove the old valve. I've got a towel down there to catch any drips, although I cleaned out the black tank as well as I could for using the built-in pressure washer type cleaner before we started all of this. But even so, it's time for the gloves. Okay, the nut's coming off pretty easily. I think it might work best if I hold it from the top and then try to get it out from the bottom. There, right to finger tightening, just that quick. That's two. I'm going to have to get my close-up camera out of the way before I try to get to the ones in the back. All right, I got all 4 valves out. Let's see if I can now loosen this. I'm going to get this out of the way. I can't really do much with that, but hopefully I've got enough give. Yeah, there we go. Out comes the old one. Interestingly, the rubber seals. Oh yeah, lovely. I've got a bucket under there, don't worry. The rubber seals that hold it together with the plumbing are stayed on the plumbing. Okay, let's get these old rubber gaskets off. They're pretty tightly stuck on there. One. And there's the other. Time for a glove change again while I get the new valve out. Oh, this is such fun. I'm glad to say it really doesn't smell bad. Probably because I was able to rinse the black tank out so thoroughly before I started this with fresh water. It's It's certainly not sanitary, but it's really not nearly as bad as I thought it was likely to be. So this is the Valterra gate valve, and what I want you to see is how they've gotten a little fancy with the design. They've got these swooping inward sides compared to the straight sides on the original equipment, but I think it's going to be okay. So what I'm going to try to do is put the rubber gaskets on to the plumbing first, and then put the valve in between the gaskets just the way it came off. And the manufacturer says to lubricate those gaskets. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have some silicone plumber's grease here, which I can use to lubricate those a bit. Okay, first one went on pretty easy. Okay, the second one's more of a challenge because it's hanging upside down. So I think I'm going to have to put that one, leave that one on the new valve. And once again, I got to get my close-up camera out of the way. This is going to be like a 7 or 8 pair of gloves job. All right, so far so good. All 4 of the nuts went through the holes without any problem at all. Now I'm going to tighten them down, and then we will do a little test to see if it holds water. All right, here's the first test. Taking off the whole back cap. And it's dry. That's great. That means that the tank is holding water. And hook it up to my sewer hose. Open the drain. Water is pouring out, just as it's supposed to. And wow, is that easy to open and close. I think it worked. Hey, listen, a lot of these jobs on the RV sound a lot worse than they are. This one is one I really didn't want to do, but I kind of had to. And it turns out it's pretty easy. Real time, it probably took me about 30 minutes. I've got a working valve. I don't have to worry about it at all for now. Sooner or later I'm going to have to do the gray tank valve, but it's working fine, so I'm not going to touch it. But if you're wondering whether you can do it, chances are, if you're just a little bit handy, the answer is yes. Hey, life's a journey. Make every mile count.